Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Philip Norton here from Norton Trading. Just taking a look at the chart analysis here of T2 Biosystems, or stock ticker TTOO, and seeing what the daily chart is telling us. Look at the breakdown of what's going on here. We have just a few indicators on here. I like to keep my charts pretty clean. So just the 9 to show a short-term trend, the 200 for long-term, and the volume-weighted price action here, so VWAP, and so on the chart. So taking a look at the daily chart for T2 Biosystems, a lot of you, of course, know that this thing ran up quite well, right on up to $10. Just quite short, I believe, yeah, $9.98, not quite $10, before starting its now downtrend. All the way down to just above 5 the other day, and now bouncing up a little bit. So a couple of questions to look at is this pullback here a change of trend, or is it just some profit taking for any maybe of the shorts, anyone that was playing that pullback from $10? A couple things right off the bat. First off, for any of you that have been watching this on the daily, and looking at it, you had an outrageously great buy signal here last Friday as the stock jumped all the way down close, a little bit $5, below $5, on outrageous volume. So you notice we have ramping volume to the extreme, a full extension here. Really telling us, that it is overextended. And a good buy, at least for a short-term scalp. Ben watching this could have seen it here, at least for a bounce back to the 200. So in that, and then of course as it broke 200, we got it retested and held 200, and a little more of a climb. So short-term wise, we've got definitely a little bit of a little bullish kind of trend here. We got an overextension, a strong bounce going above the previous candle. A retest of support at the 200, and then a continuation. So you even have this trend line here right around 617, which you saw, of course, the stock, even though it broke it, it closed back below it, pulled back 200, and then broke it again, pretty convincingly as well. So definitely a little bit of a bullish signal there, and that. So the question is this nice little bull run continuing, or is it just something a little bit of a pop before it continues? You can see does look like it is turning the corner and just going to continue the next leg down. So your little curve there as it continues back down. So definitely something to keep an eye on. As most definitely could continue the trend, as the overall trend is showing quite a bit of weakness in that. And as this is the first major pullback since the downtrend started, we don't really have a trend line, right? We don't have a channel or a big trend line to really post to see it against. Is it breaking trend? So we don't really have that information yet. And so as the trend is still decently new, so we are left with definitely a risky trade. That being said, looking at the last couple of days, you have this continued move right up into 7, and then a little bit of a bear flag here, all the way back down, and is right now sitting on your 9 SMA. So you do have a bit of a bull flag here. It definitely gives you, for those looking to get in and ride this move up, it could be your opportunity there. Again, it is risky because the overall trend is downward, even though the short trend here is showing a little bit of strength. So I would always recommend in a position like this, getting a small position, maybe a third of a normal position, a quarter, and getting that there. You'll see both these last 2 days have really topped out right here around 668, 670. So that gives you a bit of a confirmation, right? If we see tomorrow it holds above the 9 and breaks 670, you're going to have confirmation that you're at least going to move up and retest right here around $7. So that can give you a chance to maybe double up. But you immediately then, shortly thereafter, have the $7 mark in that, and how is it going to react? Is it going to double top here and continue the down run, or continue the run up to 750. So to the VWAP. So right in a row from this position, you have several bits of resistance coming up. So either way, a move up isn't a big move, and you'll have several times to kind of adjust and check out the price action of how it moves in that. So for some of you, it may be one of those, hang on the sidelines and wait to see how it reacts. If we're able to bust right through 7 and get above the VWAP at 750 here in the next week or so, then that might give you an opportunity to get in then as we run back to $10 and run back to the high. So waiting, yes, you're gonna have to give up, $1 or so of gains to wait for it to get above 750, but that's definitely the much safer of a move of waiting. Now to the downside. To the downside, we see a decent amount of resistance as well. Not only is it sitting on the 9 from a short-term standpoint, but we do have that 620 pivot here, and then right below that, the 200 simple moving average. So if the stock is pulling back, we do see a little bit of resistance to the downside as well. So those of you looking to short the stock, you have to worry that, even if it, starts to pull down here, is it going to bounce off 620 and then continue the run up, right? So confirmation from both sides is something that, you kind of have to wait a little bit. So I'm kind of on the fence, really with this stock of what direction it's going. I do like this little bull flag, and I do like things that open up right on top of the 9 after a three-day pullback. So I would like to see this tomorrow to open up around 650 and push immediately to break 670, and then we know we'd have that push up. So that might give you, for those day traders out there, a quick scalp in there. If you're buying this on the break of 670, you could easily get 30 cents right off the bat. And then hopefully if it breaks that, get up to 750. So a little bit of scalp potential, but I wouldn't be looking to buy into the stock for a multiple day swing trade at the moment, especially being in this over the weekend. You never really know what kind of moves this stock is going to make. If you look along the chart, you see all kinds of instances of it gapping up and down. So the stock most definitely could open tomorrow down 30, 40 cents. As with all, kind of biotechs, in that stocks like this are very, very, when there's any news, they can rocket up or down quite a bit on any bit of information, even rumors. So it's something you always want to be very careful with and very alert when trading. So that way you're not, coming back a few days later and realizing you're down, 20, 30%, which is happens quite a bit with something of this small cap biotech. That being said, there is a lot of profit potential. You're looking at $6.50 to $10. Right? That's over a 50% move, almost 57% move up to the upside in that. And then, of course, if you are a bear on this and you're getting that break and you think it will break $6 again, then you would have, if it broke $6, you'd be looking at a retest of lows and definitely probably a retest of the $5 pivot, the $5 line, and that could definitely trend down. And you'll see then more stocks that reach down here at 4. A lot of consolidation here right above 4 recently. So any break of 6, I would imagine a test of 5 and most likely a continued second leg all the way down to 4. Right? So you're looking at least a 33, almost 40% move down as well. So you've got potential to the upside, potential to the downside. The stock itself right now technically is in the middle and stuck in that. So while the short term in the last couple of days shows you a little bear flag, as it's been moving up in the last 2 weeks, really, week and a half, the overall trend has been down and it has had weakness. So it could very easily break $6 and head to 4. What I'm doing with the stock is I'm not playing it yet, but I do have price alerts on there at 670 as well as at 595 for that break of 6. So should the stock break 6 or break 670, I will definitely look to get in at least for a quick movement up or a quick movement down. So, all right, thanks everyone. Thanks for joining me. As always, if you have any stocks you'd like me to take a look at, break down just what I'm seeing on the daily chart to give you an idea of, if nothing else, some pivot points, right? Some support lines or resistance lines, and definitely some price to watch for what type of price action you're going to get. Please let me know, post it in the comments, and make sure you guys subscribe and follow me, so that way as I continue to post a few of these breakdowns every day, as well as recaps, usually a day or two after I post a video of a stock, I'll go ahead and post a recap video just to kind of go back and look at, what's happened since I broke down that stock. Is it following the trend lines or the movement I thought it would? So thanks everyone, and have a good day.